This video is titled Omit Needless Words and covers Chapter 5 from Steve Krug's Don't Make Me Think, Revisited. In this short video, we're going to cover Krug's third law, omit needless words. And in order to do this, we're going to look at two guidelines. The first one is to get rid of happy talk, and the second is to get rid of instructions. So websites often have many unnecessary words. They're just there taking up space. No one's going to read them. And the worst part is that these extra words suggest that the user needs to read them in order to understand the page's content. Right? So this will make the site even more daunting than it needs to be. Because of this, Krug advises that you get rid of half of the words on each page, and then you get rid of half of what is left. This is a bit excessive, but it's meant to be. His whole point is to promote a ruthless effort to remove excessive words. And of course, we'd be pretty happy if you just got rid of the first half of the words. There's a number of benefits to getting rid of needless words. The first one, of course, is just to reduce visual clutter. Makes the site easier to navigate, makes everything easier to see. It also makes the useful content more prominent by weeding out all of that noise, so we can really get to the signal. We can really get to those things that we're looking for. Another advantage is it actually makes a lot of the pages shorter. If you get rid of half the content, then you don't need to scroll, right? So you can actually see all of the page at a single viewing. This allows the users to glance, right, to do more of the skimming that they want to do anyways. And it helps us, of course, to ensure that when they are skimming, they're going to find those things that they need. So the first guideline to reducing words is to get rid of happy talk. So what is happy talk? It's that self-congratulatory promotional writing that you typically find on home pages. In essence, it's small talk, right? It's content-free, it's some kind of attempt to be social. And to be honest, users don't really have time for small talk. Not web users, and especially not mobile users, right? They want to get right to the point. So if you can get rid of this extra small talk, then that will allow the users to find what they're looking for. And the great thing is that this is really easy to eliminate. It's easy to find, easy to identify, and it's got no negative impact on your site, right? People aren't using that particular content. You intentionally don't put meaningful content in that happy talk section. So this is a really easy mechanism to help getting rid of half of those words, especially on your home page. So I Googled architecture in Dayton and found this site right away. I suspected that architecture sites would be ones that would have happy talk on them. And so this is from Sebald Architects, right? And right here in the middle of the page, there's a big block of text which no one's ever going to read. But it says, if you're taking on a construction project, it's essential that you hire a qualified architect to ensure the building process goes off without a hitch. At Sebald Architects, we have an established team of AIA members to complete all phases of architecture planning for residential and commercial clients across Dayton, Ohio. Over the past 25 years, we built a reputation of a premier architecture firm for creating viable, effective solutions in both new and revitalized structures. Right? Blah, 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 right? So lots of happy talk here. This is definitely something that could be removed, especially from the home page. If we really wanted to have content like that, we could bury it somewhere lower in like an About Us section. And of course, they've got the main bullets here of why to choose them, right? So if you've got this information here, they've already acknowledged that the important information is not down here. So the next guideline is to get rid of instructions. Get rid of instructions, I know, right? So no one reads them anyways. That's really the point, is that we know from when we have products that we often don't read instructions, but we don't really read instructions on websites either. And at least not at first, right? We're definitely going to try to muddle through for a while, try to figure things out, and then only if we're really desperate, we'll end up reading or trying to even find instructions to read. And of course, even if we do end up getting to a place where we can't continue on through our muddling through, and we do find instructions, it's quite likely that they're going to be so wordy that we're still not going to be able to fully find the information that we need. Right? So your goal actually should be to eliminate instructions completely, by making everything so self-explanatory, so self-evident that it doesn't need instructions. And we've talked about this on earlier presentations. Of course, if instructions are needed, then make sure you use the bare minimum. So I'm going to go through an example here from a site survey. Here's what the instructions look like for this survey on this website. The following questionnaire is designed to provide us with information that will help us improve the site and make it more relevant to your needs. Please select your answers from the drop-down menu and radio buttons below. The questionnaire should only take 2 to 3 minutes to complete. At the bottom of the form, you can choose to leave your name, address, and telephone number. If you leave your name and number, you may be contacted in the future to participate in a survey to help us improve the site. If you have any questions or comments that require a response, please contact customer service. So pretty lengthy, extensive instructions. Go through these kind of step by step. This first sentence here is actually all just happy text, right? The following questionnaire is designed to provide us with information that will help us improve the site and make it more relevant to your needs. All you really need to say is help us. Something that shows that you as a website owner understands that the people taking the survey are doing you a favor by filling out the form. This next sentence, please select your answers from the drop-down menu and radio buttons below. All right, so this is kind of treating your users like children, right? Most users know how to fill out a form. And to be quite honest with you, if they don't know how to fill out a form, they probably won't know what a drop-down menu or radio buttons are anyways. The questionnaire should only take 2 to 3 minutes to complete. All right, this is good to know, right? Especially because by the time you're getting through these instructions, you're starting to wonder whether or not you even want to take your time to do this survey. So that might actually be some comfort to you and encourage you to proceed by knowing that it's short. Right, and then we've got these instructions here about how at the bottom of the form you can fill in this other information. While also very unnecessarily wordy, this is really just not the right time. This is the beginning intro instructions. If they need to give you instructions about what to do at the end, they should give you those instructions at the end, where you can actually act on them. Right? At this point right now, this really just serves to make these instructions more daunting than they need to be. All right, and this last line here, if you have comments or concerns from correspondence, contact customer service. This is actually good information to know, right? So you would want to know that you can't use this survey to actually get some kind of response from a human being, and then if you need some kind of response, you should contact customer service instead. However, it doesn't actually tell you how to contact customer service, which would be good information to know. Or maybe even better, make that a link to the customer service page. Okay, so here is the after. Okay? Help us by taking 2 to 3 minutes to complete the survey. Note, if you have comments or concerns that require response, don't use this form. Instead, please contact customer service. Straightforward, to the point, all the information that the user needs. And it's 67% less words than the original. So in summary, this presentation covered Krug's third law of usability. Get rid of half the words on each page, and then get rid of half of what's left. All right, we talked about the benefits, which include reducing visual clutter, making your useful content more prominent, and making the pages shorter, which allow you to see more at a glance without scrolling. And the way you do this, you can get rid of happy talk, instead focusing on the meaningful content, and you can get rid of instructions by making the content self-explanatory.